I was a young country motherfucker with millions of dollars and pretty much whatever you could in a spawning drug addict, and you know what I'm saying, and just a kid, man, that just, you know, I just loved life at that time, though. You know what I'm saying?
When did you start to realize that you feel like you had like some addiction issues?
Well, you know, I pretty much just kind of like partied. You know what I'm saying? It's like then I was in a snowmobile accident, ice fishing in Canada. It was like, you know, real fucked up. And got prescribed like, I mean, I had dabbled with like, you know, popping a Loratab or something, you know, not to mention specific drugs, but you know what I'm saying?
No, it's fine, man.
Okay,
I took some Somas one time and I drove into a driveway and there wasn't a driveway.
Hey, them Somas ain't no joke, boy. Flexeril and Soma.
Dude.
I was on tour with Blink 182. Shout out to my boy Travis Barker. And I had been prescribed Percocets for about 6 months, and then they just cut them cold turkey. And I knew nothing about addiction or, you know, or physical dependence or withdrawals, dope scene. I knew nothing about shit. Then shit about shit. I knew shit about shit. And I had run out, and I just think I'm just done with that. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I had this process, you know what I'm saying? The bus would get into wherever we were going like that morning, and I would go in the hotel and I would sleep till like 3 o'clock. I would get up slowly, you know what I'm saying? I'd take a shower and stuff. And then before I would leave the hotel at like 5 o'clock, I would take like, I think I would take 2 pills and then like 4 shots of Patron. And that would get me like in the go be me in public and, you know, start angling towards showtime, you know. And I remember I obviously didn't have the pills, and I laid down trying to go to sleep like normal. 30 minutes later I wake up sweating, just like feeling inside out. I'm like, oh shit, I'm sick. This is crazy. Like I think I'm just sick, like cold or flu or something. And I'm like, oh man. And I try to lay back down. I maybe take some cold medicine, lay back down, can't sleep. And I'm like, man, what is wrong? It's a unique feeling. This is like I've never felt this exact type of thing before. And then it hit me. Damn, it's because I ain't got no pills. It's like, damn, am I addicted to these things? Like what? And I remember I talked to somebody, like probably my manager or somebody, and was like, you think I'm addicted to them? He's like, I don't know, maybe so. You know, it's like, were you taking more of them than you were supposed to? And I was like, yeah, I mean, you know, of course. I had known some addicts, you know what I'm saying? Some drunks, a lot of drunks, you know what I'm saying? But
that's all they used to call them, really.
Yeah, right. And but for me, I just nobody ever thinks it could happen to them until it does. But I just remember being like, damn, I'm addicted to these motherfuckers. But I was moving so fast. I said, you know what, when I get to a stopping point, you know, a resting like area, I'll take care of it and get on off of them. But for now, I just need to buy them on the street. You know what I'm saying? So I was buying them on the street, and short story long, that was like in 2004, I think. And then I ended up finally going to rehab, like pretty much at the peak of Miss New Booty. You know what I'm saying? Of that, I did not enjoy that. You know, you were asking, did I enjoy the when I first came into the game, the Ugly. When Ugly was my first ever release as far as a single, and my first #1 record, and that was a great time. But the Miss New Booty time, man, it was just trying to be in places, traveling around, running out of pills, just having to white knuckle it, be tough, you know what I'm saying, like, and get through, you know, just big shit, you know what I mean, and things that I should have been enjoying, you know what I'm saying? It was a huge record, you know, and just so many blessings came from it, you know, but my perception at that time was really fucked, you know what I'm saying? But I remember I had like $500,000 worth of shows over like a 2-month period, and I told my manager, Bobby, I was like, man, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? I said, I can't do it anymore, man. I said, I'm about to check out of here or something. I don't know what's, and
like, how was it? Did it get pretty, like, because I've had like I've had some times where I probably went to some strange, I've been in some strange places trying to get some cocaine.
You know what it was for me? Getting chumped by people. Like, meaning like, I got the #1 song in the world at this time, and these motherfuckers got me sitting at this bowling alley for 6 hours.
Yeah.
And I couldn't take it anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, I can't be a punk ass motherfucker but so long. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the way my account is set up.
Oh, I want to do that's hilarious the way my account is set up. I want to do what I want to do, man. That's all. I've always been that way.
But
have you always
just
been
to
that
know
way?
that somebody, they on the phone laughing to their homeboys talking about, man, Bubba Sparxxx, man, I got him sitting up here at this bowling alley, man, this shit crazy, that kind of shit. And I'm just like,
do you mean waiting for drugs?
Yeah, I'm just sitting there like, they're like, give you the money, and then they gonna ride up whatever, and I'm sitting there for 6 hours on a Saturday and probably missing some shit that I'm supposed to be, you know what I mean? And I just couldn't, I couldn't do it anymore, you know what I'm saying? And then just tired of being dope sick, man. Like, that was the deal at that time, you know what I'm saying, was the opiates, you know what I'm saying? And, I don't go down the same street, you know what I'm saying, like multiple times very often, you know what I'm saying, as far as that goes. But I would have never, at that time, I could have never seen there being a day, 6 hour period where I didn't use like some type of opiate at that time. And I thought I would never be able to get beyond that, and I did, Suboxone's a part of my journey, you know what I'm saying? I can say that's the only way I was able to stop and stay stopped as far as, and people say like, you just traded one addiction for another. Yes and no, because the difference is if I'm out here taking Roxy's and Oxycontin and whatever else, especially this fentanyl world that's going down out here now, that's a whole different level. But when you take Suboxone, you can take 4 milligrams a day. This is just my experience now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the judge, jury, and executioner on anything. You know what I'm saying? My opinion in 250 will get you Coca-Cola. I'm a thinker. You know what I'm saying? That can be a big fucking hindrance to recovery.
When you're creative, you create a lot of ways you can figure shit out yourself.
Your tolerance doesn't go up on the Suboxone. You can take the same amount, and your tolerance is never gonna force you to take more. Whereas when you're taking the other stuff, like, your tolerance is just going to slowly build and build.
I've always wanted to do methadone. I've never done it.
Yeah, I've taken some methadone, but not as like a solution, but just as that's all you got.
I've been in and out of the program for maybe 6 years, right?
6 years. I've been in and out since 2007. So what's that, 15?
And I never thought I had this problem. I thought everything was pretty normal in my life, and it came on really later in my, I thought for me. But when people came in with opiate addiction, I always thought, to me, it seemed like you had people that were real alcoholics that were in there. But then some people just got so, like somebody goes in because they hurt their back. That's not a person that's, and then people were getting so addicted to opiates.
Your mind doesn't know the difference is the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's just like, I know people, my old sponsor, shout out to Stephen K down on LaGrange, but he was like, I ain't taking nothing. He said, I don't care what happens to me. I ain't taking no pain medication. He said, 'cause my brain's not going to know the difference. You know what I'm saying? That shit gets in my system. It's going to do what it does. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the reason, being righteous or it being prescribed by a doctor or anything like that.
Hope you enjoyed that video. And you can watch another. And you can watch this one. You can watch this one. Different options, different choices. Some guy just brings you one option. Not this guy. 2 options. Watch one. This one or this one.